I mean, it's gonna have to be Oh the Misery,
And the
right?
Game Award for Best Adaptation
It's probably gonna
goes
be Oh the
to
Misery.
Arcane League of Legends.
Play it. Yes! Every single person is my enemy.
Wait, I know you read the title of this video, and I know that Arcane Season 2 has a lot of mixed opinions attached to it, so before I get into the video properly, I just want to say this. If you didn't like Season 2, then that is completely okay. I'm not saying you're wrong if you didn't enjoy it. I'm just here to share my own personal opinion and maybe add something to the conversation. And personally, I loved Arcane Season 2. When the first season of Arcane released, I kind of avoided it, mainly because it was based on League of Legends, and I don't really have any interest in that. I heard all the rave reviews and saw all the awards it received, but I still just didn't watch it. So when it was announced that Season 2 was coming out this year, I made the deliberate decision to wait until all of it was out and then binge watch both seasons back to back. And I loved all of it. Well, most of it. I won't be talking about Season 1 in this video, because this is a review of the second season, not the first, but just know that I really love both seasons. That being said, Season 2 is worse than Season 1, with weaker pacing and certain moments lacking impact, but it still features fantastic animation, action, music, characters, and storytelling. So allow me to explain why you should watch Arcane Season 2. I'm going to try my best to not spoil anything for people who haven't seen the show yet, which is already more than the Game Awards did. I'm going to first talk about the positives, and then talk about the negatives that I have with the show. The animation is still stunning. Each character is expressive and vibrant, you can tell almost everything about the characters just from the way they move, and the action scenes are some of the most fun action I've seen in a show in a long time. This show overall ended up costing Netflix $250 million, which to put in perspective is the same budget as Red 1, except unlike that movie, Arcane clearly shows where all that money went, by featuring some of the most gorgeous and breathtaking looking animation I've ever seen. The music is also amazing, for the most part. Most of the music still expertly flows and fits with the story as well as what's happening on screen, but just like the first season, because there's a lot of music from a lot of different people, not every song is going to be a winner. The characters are expanded upon in both new and interesting ways while still feeling like the same characters from Season 1, with special mention going to the characterization of Victor, who seemingly transforms over the course of the season into a completely different character that still keeps his ideals intact. What helps the character stand even stronger is the phenomenal voice acting, which adds so much emotion and weight to every scene. The story is what I'll use for my transition into the negatives, because while I personally really liked the story, there are some issues with it that end up bringing the season lower than the first. The big issue with this story is just how fast the pacing is. This story almost feels like the creators wanted this show to have more than the 2 seasons we ended up getting, but didn't because either they wanted to move on to other projects and didn't want to be trapped to one show, or because Netflix was getting uncomfortable with the amount of money they were spending on this show, or maybe a bit of both. Story beats go by at breakneck speeds, and while I still liked the story and the direction it went, it definitely could have been handled better to add more impact to certain scenes. Speaking of which, the fast pacing also makes certain moments feel like they get brushed over. Again, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but in this season, things like character deaths and arcs seem to be either rushed through or just get brushed to the side. I know that for a lot of people, these issues ultimately ruin the show for them, and while I can see the issues that this season has and understand where the negative reviews come from, the issues didn't stop me from loving this show. For me, personally, the positives greatly outweigh the negatives. In summary, Arcane Season 2 is a really good show. It's nowhere near perfect, and even though I just gushed about it for a whole video, it's not my favorite show of this year. But man, it's pretty close. Arcane features top quality characters, animation, action, music, and storytelling. And while it's not as good as Season 1, I still think it's a show worth checking out. Basically, what I'm saying is, you should watch Arcane Season 2. That's all I got for now. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and hit that bell icon to be notified for whenever I make a new video. The next few videos will be collection videos wrapping up a few of the movies, TV shows, and video games that I didn't talk about in 2024. So if you're interested in that, or interested in supporting the channel more, then turn on notifications and check out my other videos. Okay, that's it. Bye.